Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video, we're going through the Gold Coast versus West Coast absolute smashing in what's probably going to showcase West Coast as one of the bottom teams. I think they're bottom four already, but they're nearing towards me knowing that they're going to be bottom Gold Coast barely beat, or lost to, sorry, actually, Carlton, and to come out there and smoke West Coast to the point that if West Coast didn't put a couple on late, it would have been a 85 point win. I think West Coast might have even scored three or something in the last quarter. If we look here, yeah, they scored 3 goals to 5 in the last quarter. It was at 3/4 time. It was a 60 point margin in favour of Gold Coast, and it ended up 73. And that 60 points is in, what's that, 51 minutes? So that's 2.5 quarters in the men's, and it was a 60 point margin. So if that gives you the equivalent, it's probably worth on track to be about 100 point margin in the men's before, and it probably almost would have been 100 point margin in itself, as West Coast didn't even West Coast, it was 53-2 at halftime. So even the second half in itself was only 46 to 26. So the Gold Coast definitely slowed down as they knew the game was over. And West Coast, just another poor performance. No one really getting in on the job, and Swanson got tagged absolutely all day. So Lucy Single, a girl that I brought in because I thought she was gonna do well with her role, did absolutely well, and she tagged Swanson out of the game, which kind of sucked for me having Swanson. But yes, Single did really, really well, and really, really happy with that, as she went +5 on Kelly and was a 47k saving. So before we get into the video, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload, and let's get into the video. So as you can see, Rowbottom 144, 33 touches, 6 marks, 10 tackles. Absolutely need to bring her in next week, as Rowbottom, if we look here, #1 player in the comp at the moment. And she's just running away with it, and need to bring her in. 51k gained in last round, and that was off a 1-2-1. Wouldn't be surprised if she gains 70, 80k. So, and Swanson's going to drop cash now, you can see here. So Swanson's going to drop probably 60 or so k, 60, 70k. So that's going to be a gap of around 300k. So getting Swanson up to Rowbottom is going to be crucial. And then also using someone else to upgrade, to probably upgrade, I would say, Cordner up to, Cordner or Heads up to the likes of, probably not even Heads is fine, I think. Getting Cordner up to the likes of Priest, or if we look in the defence here, this Priest or Stannett is necessary this week, I think. Just a really, really weird week, I guess, in the sense. Nance Queen is playing, so I could actually upgrade Cordner to, I think Cordner could, does Cordner go up? I believe Cordner could go up, I think, to the likes of sorry, let me just see this, because I think I have 238k, and then I'd have an extra 21k, so I'd have 259k on top of, I think I could actually do up to Stannett from Cordner, and Nance Queen on the bench as well, and that would be an interesting one. As what does Stannett really improve my side terribly much? Over Cordner against North Melbourne, that would be a tough game for her. So I could look at that, but I don't think I will. I think I just need to get in Rowbottom. I need to also look at getting in Whitford as well, as I think that would be a really strong midfield, getting in those two for Bonchi and Swanson, and then using someone like a Smith or a Hoare or someone like that to upgrade there, or even a Stratton, as she should go up again more than McDonald, as I think McDonald will probably go up or probably 20-30k, so 400k, so I'd have 100k spare there. I don't think there's much movement available there, and I do want to keep hold of Anthony with the way she has potential to score, but I think getting Rowbottom and Whitford is a smart choice given that they're really underpriced at this point and they are running away with it for Gold Coast, and Gold Coast do have Collingwood next week, and the week after that they have they've got Bulldogs, and Bulldogs looked terrible this year. And then the week after that, they've got Adelaide, a tough matchup. And then they've got Richmond, which should be winnable. They got Brisbane as well, but we're talking so much into the future now, and they don't really have too many bad games. They got Port, which should be good for them as well. Then they got Giants as well, and they've got in the final round Essendon. So they have a really, really actual good schedule. So I'm really looking at that Rowbottom and Whitford, then thinking I can get them and really profit from that. Dupuy was really good, but she kicked 3 goals against a really weak side, so I don't know whether much to take on that with Dupuy. If we look at the forward line this week, Dupuy, where is she? 84 average, because she put up a 48 in round 1, where she just didn't get on the board. And yeah, so interesting with her, but I don't think I'd take much into it, given that she did have 3 goals won, which takes away a little bit of the buzz of the score. Drennan 114. That is one that definitely can be looked at. Where is Drennan? I'm guessing Drennan is a midfielder, isn't she? Yep, she's a midfielder. So that really sucks. If she was any other position, you'd be looking at her. Stanton 92. She kicked 6 goals. And she's a forward. Yeah, just wouldn't be looking at her terribly too much either, as I probably need to actually charge my laptop. It's right here, so 1 second. And so you've got, and then you come down to D'Arcy here as well, another defender, 78. Don't think D'Arcy did too much in round 1, did she? 68, so 78, so she's putting up decent scores, so we'll see what happens there. She could be one to go for. But I think I'm just trying to wait a little bit with the defenders and see how that plays out. And yeah, we'll see what happens there. And then we move down to single 78. She did really well and really actually started slowly and then picked it up, if we look at, and then had an absolute nuts last quarter, 35 in the last. Swanson had 36, so they really went to that matchup in the last, as Roberts, 22 in the last, she did well, and then whereas the other girls that I had Thomas as well, 10 in the last, she didn't do so well. Thomas had only 2 really good quarters, but still made it to a 58, which isn't the best, so could look to move her on. Bohanna, 76, 4 goals really helped her out, and then there's no one else here really that I'm looking at and thinking that I really like the look of, to be honest with you. Then we move over to West Coast, and this was just a horror show for West Coast, to be honest with you. Swanson 83, she got tagged out of the game, didn't do much. Sedunary 77, she didn't do too much as well in the back line. Lewis 74. Is she a midfielder? Lewis? Let's just note she is a midfielder. So there's that. Then you've got McCarthy, Lakai, Roberts, 21 touches for 60, isn't the greatest, didn't really get involved, but I'm hoping she isn't injured, because if she is injured, then that throws a lot of plans out the window, but I guess could open up a couple of other plans if she does somehow hold price, and we can get her to someone like a Kelly or something like that, as that will open up a lot. You could also look at, I think Deploys is a forward that you could look at. Oh, sorry, not Deploys. Dalpos is a forward you can look at who's playing in defence at the moment if she has another good round. As it's really hard to tell the best scorers off one round, especially given that a lot of girls are playing different roles. So after 2 or 3 rounds, we sort of get the picture with it a lot better. Thomas, 58. 14 touches, 2 and 3, so not the best. Hooker just didn't get any touches. I'm not really high on her at the moment. Smith, Humphreys, Gibson, none of these girls really give me much confidence. And then we come down to sort of the below 40s that don't really matter at all. So that pretty much is the video, a little bit quicker, and as we went through a lot of the players, as West Coast don't really need to be mentioned much for fantasy sake. and also Gold Coast, just it's the main 5 or 6 that are really doing the damage and really taking the season away from me. I'm down something like I'm somewhere around 160 points down on a lot of the big guys, so got to get in Rowbottom and stuff like that to catch up. And yeah, just hope that I can do that, and just hope that the Lucy single and also the I guess also the Ella Heads train continue on rolling as they really did do the job, I guess, this week. But that is the video there, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.